Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the iPhone SE 4, the iPhone SE 4th Gen, the iPhone SE 2025. Whatever it's going to be officially called, Apple's upcoming budget smartphone is expected to launch soon. There's been a lot of buzz building up to the announcements, 3 years worth to be exact, so let's dive into the biggest upgrades to expect from the next iPhone SE based on the current rumors. When is the iPhone SE 4 release date? The short answer is we can't say for sure. As I said, an iPhone SE update has been rumored for some time, but in recent months, more credible sources have indicated that a launch is imminent. As a reminder, the previous gen iPhone SE launched in March 2022, so March 2025 would seemingly make sense for the new version. And it's coming at the right time, because the iPhone SE 2022 is really showing its age these days. But what about the price? At $429, the current iPhone SE is one of the cheaper mid-range devices, fitting right between the $399 Galaxy A35 and the $499 Pixel 8a. An iPhone SE 4 price rumor claims the new phone will see an increase in cost, but that it will be still less than $500. I'm guessing we'll see a $499 starting price, right in line with what Google charges for its A-series phone. Okay, let's talk about design, because this is a big one. The current iPhone SE still rocks that old iPhone 8 design with clunky bezels and a small 4.7-inch screen. But guess what? The iPhone SE 4 is rumored to jump up to the iPhone 14's design with a 6.1-inch full-screen display, thinner bezels, and just a small notch for the front camera and Face ID sensors. It looks like we're finally going to say so long to the home button as well as Touch ID, at least until Apple opts to use an under-display fingerprint sensor, and who knows when that's going to be. A new iPhone SE design is really exciting because if you've ever wanted a more modern-looking iPhone with a bigger screen at an affordable price, it sounds like this is going to be it. I'm curious to know if this would be a deal breaker for you, or if you'd even consider getting an iPhone SE over a flagship based on the design. So let me know in the comments. Performance is going to play a big role in whether I'd actually recommend buying the iPhone SE 4 when it launches. Going based on Apple's track record though, one of the best things about the iPhone SE is that it's always been that phone that doesn't skimp on power, and this year looks like it's going to be no different. The iPhone SE 4 is expected to feature Apple's new A18 chip, the same one that's inside the iPhone 16 that launched just a few months back. This means that the iPhone SE 4 should be capable of the same gaming and multitasking performance as the iPhone 16 while offering solid power efficiency, which could mean better battery life. And that's an area the iPhone SE 3 kind of lagged behind the competition, so I'm definitely expecting an upgrade. Another thing I'm expecting is Apple Intelligence for the iPhone SE 4. As long as the device has the A18 chip, the iPhone SE 4 should support Apple's collection of AI tools, which are all available on the iPhone 16 models as well as the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. But this would be the first time Apple Intelligence features will be available on a budget-friendly or budget-tier phone. As a reminder, Apple Intelligence includes things like photo cleanup, writing tools, and a revamped Siri. If you want to see what I mean by that, make sure you go check out my video comparing the new versus the old Siri. We break it. That reminds me, this is also a good time to mention that by subscribing to this channel, you'll always be in the know of all things Apple devices and their features. Moving on to the iPhone SE 4 cameras, this is another area where the iPhone SE is apparently going to see some big changes. The SE 4 is rumored to get a 48-megapixel main camera, similar to what we've seen in the iPhone 15 and 16 when it comes to the 2x optical zoom functionality. Although we're still expecting just a single rear camera, this would be a huge upgrade from the current 12-megapixel sensor. That said, competing budget phones have dual rear cameras, so not having an ultra-wide could be a bummer for some. We should also finally get a night mode on the iPhone SE 4, which was a huge disadvantage versus the competition. I'm getting into some of maybe the less exciting rumored upgrades, but they're definitely worth mentioning. First, we should see a switch from an LCD display to an OLED panel. Again, another move modernizing the iPhone SE 4, assuming that it's going to stay on the market for several years, just like past versions. The switch probably won't include anything higher than a 60 Hz refresh rate, considering that's what the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus max out at. A second switch, which you probably could have guessed, is from Lightning to USB-C. The EU requires phones sold in Europe to use a common charging interface, and Apple would presumably like to sell its low-cost iPhone in that part of the world. So expect the iPhone SE 4 to come with a USB-C input for charging. So those are the biggest rumors surrounding the iPhone SE 4. It's clear that Apple is preparing to make some pretty big changes to their budget iPhone, with improvements to design, performance, camera, and more. But what do you think? Are you excited about the iPhone SE 2025, or do you think these changes won't be enough for you to justify upgrading? And would you still consider it a budget phone at that rumored $499 price point? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so sound off in the comments. For Tom's Guide, this is Mark Spoonhour.